What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land. And yesterday we had a video talking about how the boss battles were actually brought up from Nintendo, as a ESRB summary of the game was talking about how the boss battles were going to be more, climactic and messing with the stages, crashing into things, and just being giant enemies that could breathe fire, and just lots of more information on boss battles. So if you want to check out that video, just check out yesterday's video. It'll also be in the card linked above. But today there's even more information, because apparently the website updated in certain regions where it actually discusses the game a little bit further and gives us something very interesting. So we have two slides here to share today, and this is what they state. Mario transforms into Elephant Mario and can use the trunk to defeat enemies. Now, we know that. We saw the gameplay, how Mario ran up to the Goomba and the trunk automatically smacked it out of the way. And we all love Elephant Mario. Come on, it just looks so wacky and cool. It was pretty neat. But something else that's very interesting is that we also get another slide that says power-up characters and items. Take on this adventure as familiar characters from the series like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Yoshi, and Toad, and transform them with new power-up items. That's very interesting, because it's kind of like almost stating that we will be transforming these different characters individually, very similar to the way Mario is transforming with that power apple. So a lot of people are now taking to the internet and asking the question, does that mean that apple or that elephant power up is only for Mario, where all the other characters could potentially turn into another type of animal? Well, that very well could be the case. Real quick, guys, before we get started on this speculation, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We have been absolutely growing so fast thanks to you guys. You've been killing it, already at 242,000 subscribers on our path to 250,000, just 8K away. So stop what you're doing, it'll only take a second. Thank you guys so much, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. But okay, let's talk about this thing. Does this necessarily confirm for sure, without a doubt, that the elephant power-up is only tied to Mario? No, not at all. In fact, it very well could tie to the other characters as well. We just simply don't know that yet. Now, the reason that people are believing this is the way that the text reads. It says Mario transforms into Elephant Mario and can use the trunk to defeat enemies. It doesn't say that he transformed, like it doesn't seem like it's talking about the trailer specifically. It does mention only Mario here. Maybe it's just talking about this scene, I don't know, it's hard to say. But the fact that it says Mario transforms into Elephant Mario and doesn't really talk about anybody else into the next slide is a little fishy. The thing that caught my eye in particular is the power-up characters and items. That's a little strange to me. Instead of just saying like, there's Mario items and power-ups, like, some returning from past games, maybe some new ones and stuff, it kind of makes it seem like these are more than just item power-ups. Like, these characters are going to have their individual own powers. Once again, by saying, take on this adventure as familiar characters, list all the characters, and it says, and transform them with new power-up items. Now, the whole thing about transforming them is pretty weird, because that tells me, for one, if it isn't character specific, we're at least getting a lot more, character powered up items besides the elephant apple. So if everybody can turn into an elephant, it still looks like there's more stuff coming though. There's more items, because it says with new power up items, and it just talks about the whole transforming thing, where the Mario characters never really transformed into anything. They always put on like a suit, like a Tanuki suit, the penguin suit. It was just always a suit. Even the squirrel suit from New Super Mario Bros. U, that's as far as they ever went. Mario himself never really transformed into anything besides like Mario Odyssey, where he was able to capture enemies, but he never transformed into anything. Like, his body never warped and changed like it does to the elephant in this game. This is like the first power-up that actually changes Mario's appearance and makes him look like an elephant. He's not wearing an elephant suit, which changes everything. Now, if it is a character-specific item, I could imagine, based on the character you have, when you hit the block, a different type of item would come out. And I can tell you right now, that would make replayability so incredibly high, especially if they had unique abilities that you could only get certain items or certain collectibles in that stage by playing with that specific character. I mean, that would really make going back and playing past levels so much fun, but to me, I feel like it's going to be a very basic power-up that kind of just transforms your character. Now, as we see, the one thing that we see Mario do is run up and smack the Goomba out of the way with his trunk, and that's it. but there's still a chance that maybe there's more to it. And this is where that theory of everybody transforming into something else kind of dies, because if there is a new ability, like maybe he's able to squirt water out of his trunk or gain water from like a water fountain like we see in the trailer, then that kind of eliminates them all turning into different animals. Also considering the fact that that water fountain has 2 elephants on it. So it seems like the elephant power-up is essential to this area, and it wouldn't really make sense if you played with a different character and didn't turn into an elephant here, I feel like. Unless the levels are character specific when you play the very first time and you have to unlock the other characters. Maybe that's the case. So the first world you play as Mario, second world you play as Luigi and you unlock him. So it just keeps on going like that. But yeah, the whole elephant thing just, it seems like it's woven in part of the level design, and I feel like Mario's gonna do more than just hit people with his trunk. So I do feel like maybe every single character will end up turning into an elephant, but I believe what the website is hinting at is the fact that there's going to be multiple other transforming power-ups as well, not necessarily character-specific ones, just, you know, lots of them coming, which, let's just jump into that real quick, is going to be insane, because we already have Mario and the gang transforming into crazy things thanks to the Wonder Flower effects. I mean, we see tons of scenes where they're like a giant spiked ball, or they're stretching out really big and small. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of scenes where you're just transforming into random objects and stuff. With that on top of power-ups that transform your characters, there's truly going to be some wacky things going on in Mario Wonder, and so much replayability just with that alone that's going to make us want to go back and play certain levels because of that Wonder event that was in that level, or that special transformation power-up that was in that level. One thing I also wanted to bring up is we've really only one time seen a special power-up within the Mario Brothers series that actually transformed a different character into something else. For instance, the Super Leaf normally gave Mario the Tanuki suit, where for Luigi, it would actually give him the Kitsune Fox, I believe, which was a little bit different. It still worked and functioned the same way, it was just a different looking suit. So maybe the power-up is more of an aesthetic difference, and they still all act the same. I don't know how you have different versions of elephants, but maybe they just all look slightly different. Maybe one has tusks, maybe kind of like a mammoth or something. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. Then the only other example of like specific items that were catered to a specific character that I can think of was the Super Crown for Toadette to turn into Peachette, giving her some floating abilities and stuff like that, making her aesthetically look like Princess Peach as well. So yeah, that was a weird one for sure, but this shows that Nintendo has done stuff like this before. Having specific power-ups tied to whoever is hitting the question block could be a reality, and we could be getting different animal power-ups for different characters. So whether it's character-specific transformations and power-ups, or if it's just a whole bunch of more transformations and power-ups that are coming, I am very excited to see what's in store for us. So comment down below an idea that you have for some type of new transformation for Mario, a new item that he can, you know, transform into. It could be an animal, it could be an object, whatever you think of. What would be a cool thing for Mario to do in a 2D space as his transformation? Comment them down below and you could appear in the next video if you have a wacky enough idea. But thank you so much for tuning in. Stop what you're doing and make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out today to help us reach 250,000 subscribers. And thank you so much for tuning in. And like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.